Yeah. Let me not do too much because I'm on my lunch break. So, and I got to get back to work. But I'm about to have a lot of people mad at me. Let's get to it.
Get busy in here, get busy in here. Yeah, my squad run deep. Yeah, we really in here. I swear whatever you want, you can get it in here. Comedy or the drama, it's a mixture in here. But you love it in here. Yeah, you love it in here. Got reviews up in here. We got stories in here. Hit the like, hit the sub, hit the bell. Oh yeah, 3 clicks like the shoes on Dorothy in here.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, and I can't hear myself. Let me see what's going on because for some reason I couldn't hear me. Let's see what's let me see what's going on. Let me make sure. Could y'all hear the intro? What's up, everybody? It's your boy BusyBlu, and I am Black. Okay, with another recap and review. Make sure that you like, you comment, and you subscribe. Let me make sure everybody can hear me well. I don't know what's going on. It won't it's not letting me hear my well, actually I don't need the speakers at all for this. So let me know if y'all can hear me well. Let me know and then we can start going on from here. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Put it in the comments. They say yes, we can hear you. Okay. Cause I don't know what's going on with my sound, but my sound is like, girl, it's not for you. So I guess I'm not gonna hear any sound. Okay. What's up, everybody? It's your boy BusyBlu, and I am Black with another recap and review. Y'all, we are about to recap and review Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16, episode 4, The Vault. Okay. Before we get into this, make sure you like, you comment, make sure you subscribe because it's about to get a little bit messy. I don't know. Before I get into that, make sure that you go to the I think today we are going to be on, let me make sure it's already up, the Whether You Like It or Not panel, and I think we are going to be on Really B's channel today. I think we're gonna be on Really B's channel. Let me make sure. But make sure you come to the Whether You Like It or Not panel. And I think we're gonna be on Really B's channel, but I don't see the live up. So maybe we're not gonna be. But yeah, no, I do the Whether You Like It or Not panel. And I'm really excited about it. They're gonna hate me today. I'm about to cause a lot of controversy. I hate that for me. All right, y'all. If I'm gonna give this episode, if I was gonna rate it, I'm gonna give this episode an 8. I've been giving 8 and aboves. I think that because it's giving me the slow, mellow drama that the girls have been looking for. I need it, it to like kind of ease up. I need the drama to like get to a head slowly and surely. So I'm really excited about that. So y'all put y'all ratings in the chat. 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. What y'all think? So I have to get back to work. So let me just start this off. So we start off with Brit and Angela. Looks like they're getting ready to work out. Angela looked like she works out, and I don't know what Brit does. Okay. So they're walking, and Brit says she's really excited to walk and do this stuff with Angela because either people love her or hate her. She's a girl's girl. She loves the girls. But people have to get to know her because of that. Angela is saying that she's having problems right now. This is what confused me. Y'all listen to this. So Angela was saying that she's having problems with her sister right now because there's issues with her, Charles, and the family. Now, Charles pays for everything or at least assists with everything. And it's starting to backfire on her. So much so that Charles and the mom got into an argument and the mom got over it, but it seems like Charles still holding on to it. So it's getting a little difficult because Charles is trying to help and she's trying to help her family through Charles. And it's getting a little murky. And Britt was like, trust me, I understand how that goes because sometimes it backfires on you. Did anybody else notice that Angela was like, how? Girl, because of the story you just told. Anyway, She said it backfires on her because she's also dealing with something that's very similar, where she, in my opinion, at this point, it's starting. We'll talk about it a little bit later. But she's saying how her husband comes in and he's been helping and doing things for the family, and people are starting to not like that in her family. She also lets us know that her daddy had a blood clot on the couch one day and dead on arrival. Okay. After that, Angela says, look, I want to have a party in the ghetto. So can everybody come to the ghetto and we will have a party? And she's like, I think me and Shamea got off on the wrong foot, and I want to make sure that we get back on the right foot and we are able to put our relationship together. And oh my God, now Brit, this is where it's like, girl, come on. Brit was like, I've always had good vibes from Shamea, but Kenya, I can't. She's getting too much. She's doing too much. And, I throw jabs here and there, but her jabs are just a little bit too much. So all in all, they said that they're going to have this party. They're really, Angela's really excited about it. And Kenya's like, not Kenya. Brit is like, I'm giving Kenya one more chance. And then that's it. From there, you get Shamea. Shamea meets up. Now, let me tell y'all some producers. Y'all could have picked another time or another aria. Shamea, do you have places in your house blocked off that the people can't see? Because why the hell was we out there with the landscaper? I just didn't understand. The whole time Shamea was talking with her sister, all you heard was she telling her sister to listen to her new song. She been working on her new song with RL from Next. The landscapers in the back just going off and off and off. The song sounds good. She said she wants to play it for them during Angela's thing. She says that she's actually really excited that she got invited to Angela's thing, but also she says she would have turned her nose up at giving an invite to Angela. So she says she wants an extended olive branch. Was it just me, or did she buy the Aldi's brand of olive oil? I know that bottle from anywhere. It seemed like she bought the Aldi's version of olive oil. I'm just, that's what it looked like to me. Okay. Unapologetically, Ramel said they need to show us some unseen footage because Brittany, you look bit like a panini, pressed like a panini. Okay, so moving on from there, we get a scene that we've seen before, and I can't tell y'all the season, and but I can tell y'all what we talked about. This. I don't know. We have some Real Housewives of Atlanta aficionados in the house. We've seen this before from Porsha. Porsha's meeting up with her people. They going through who's buying sheets, who's not buying sheets. I love that Porsha is selling sheets because she's always in between everybody else's sheets. Go naked. What else she got? We've seen this scene before. Y'all, I wish I could go back, but I don't have the time. I have way too much stuff going on in my life. We've seen this scene before. Portia's going around. She's sitting down. They got her stuff up on the Bluetooth. They Apple TV a presentation, and they started going through everything. I don't know who this new assistant is, but he was like, I just want to let you know that Drew came to me. This sounds so far-fetched. Drew came to me to talk about her because I do the sheets. That's what this man said. Because I do the sheets with you and the weaves, Drew and Dennis reached out to me and said, I can help with the music. What? Like, it just seems so far-fetched. And then he said that she's trying to do everything with the team. Porsha, here she goes talking about, we gonna have to put this up on the put this up the chain to corporate. Y'all saw how they made Porsha's name different, and every time she talked about something, we have legal, we have all the girl, you are the person. Anyway, we move from there. Ralph is outside, and I know he's, not the best person in everybody's life, but you know how some people just good to look at? That's Ralph to me. Rising Phoenix said, "Hey, Busy, glad I caught alive. Hey, Ra, you look good in your photo. Come on, Rising Phoenix. Come on, Rising Phoenix. Ralph is just good to look at. I mean, doing anything else with him, you're psycho. You're a psycho or a masochist, but he looks good to look at. So I guess he's training the young men to like do football and stuff. And she comes outside. Hey, everybody, SpongeBob SquarePants come outside. Her daughter was like, you run too, mommy. She was like, you got to ask daddy. If you can run on the lawn, I guess. So she runs. And then all the kids go inside the house. She says that they're co-parenting as well as they can. This is what I guess Porsha was trying to emote two episodes ago, where she feels like her and Simon aren't going through the divorce together, but it looks like Ralph and Drew are going through the divorce together, and they can do things outside of the courtroom and still live their regular lives. Drew is basically like, I'm just trying to keep as much from the kids as possible. Which it seemed like you didn't fight the lawyer when she was like, this is about to be uncovered. You trying to keep this up from the kids. But when the lawyer was like, it's about to be unsealed, you didn't say, how do we keep this sealed? How do I make sure my children are safe? Basically, what you said was, well, what's going to come out? And your lawyer on international television said, your husband's been cheating. He's been going around sleeping with individuals. They've been DMing you. You didn't seem like you tried to. Anyway. So she talks about that. And Drew said JoJo's been kind of quiet, her son, and who knows how he's dealing with it. Ralph says, well, Makai came to me and he brought me an article. What are y'all children doing on the telephone? So he said that Makai brought him an article, and it told everything about the divorce, the cheating, everything else. And Ralph said, I'm still trying to get over the fact that you keep sending me stuff about I'm a narcissist and all of this stuff. And Drew was like, so you still don't think so? And he's like, well, Ralph, you're a narcissist and you just need to deal with it. At the end of the day, they just want to do what's best for the kids. Unapologetically, Romel said, no shade. Shamea's song was good, but Drew's songs, oh, yikes, shots fired. Yikes. She says, they say Porsha doesn't even know herself. She's too busy trying to single white female Shamea. I'm not saying anything about that. After that, we get to Kelli scene. Let me tell y'all, the power of editing. The power of editing. Sorry, y'all. Let me move this down some. The power of editing. This was clearly a Kenya scene. They changed this whole thing up to be a Kelli scene seamlessly. We got. I know y'all don't like the production crew, but we gonna have to give it to them. This was clearly supposed to be a Kenya scene, and they made it a Kelli scene. So Kelli goes to Kenya Moore Hair Spa. They go through each part of it. Kenya showing us the office. She's showing us the hair spa. She's showing us what it looks like. And then Kelli starts to talk about, Kenya was like, well, what's with the guard here? And Kelly's like, girl, you have no idea. Y'all, I went through Kelli and her husband Mark's divorce document. It's too much. They financially abuse each other. It's a lot. Like, it's a lot. And he went into court and was like threatening her. He wouldn't pay child support, so then they had to put him in jail. He closed one of the businesses down. it like Kelli is just scratching the surface, which I don't understand why. Maybe she's gonna tease it out, but I had questions about her history, what was going on. I went down a rabbit hole. Their divorce and everything that Kelli has going on with her ex-husband is crazy. It's crazy. I don't know, because I'm not doing it. I'm not. Y'all gotta go to somebody else's channel if y'all want to see any else. I don't think anybody else has done anything on it. I think someone should, because I read those documents. It's wild, and I've never seen people act like that during a divorce. Her husband was drowning out accounts. Then she's like suing him for the accounts, and she's taking money away. They were like financially abusing each other. And then he's like threatening her during. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just telling y'all what I read. Their divorce is crazy. And I don't understand why Kelli is not diving deep into it, but maybe she's just trying to keep her children safe and everything like that. Y'all, if y'all get a chance to read up on Kelli's divorce, wild. Anyway, she's like, look, he threatened to unalive me. I'm scared for my life, and I want my daughters to have children. Ramel said, I heard stuff about their divorce. I'm good. I don't have time for a headache. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. I had never heard people going through stuff like that in a divorce. Also, I'm broke, so they got rich people problems, but it was crazy. Then she had to get the judge granted a restraining order or gave a restraining order against her. It was too much. Kenya was like, what are y'all fighting about? And she was like, he's fighting about the business. I created a business while I was in marriage with him, and now he feels as if he's entitled to all of it. He's trying to siphon money out of all of the businesses, and he told her, without me, there'll be no you. Okay, so that's what they're dealing with now. Overall, Kelli's like, I like Kenya. I think she's a great soul. Kenya starts to cry. She says she put all her daughter's money. I don't want to know what Brooklyn's life is about to look like. The word on the curb is that Mark is being sued because it was because of unpaid rent for one of his restaurants, okay? And from the place that he was living, Kenya spent all of Brooklyn's money putting it into this salon. What the hell is Brooklyn going to have? Anyway, Kenya started crying. She said she put all this money into it. Hopefully she gets it back. Kelli does breathe life into her. Like, look, what God has for you is for you. What he doesn't, he doesn't. Moving on from there, we get to Brit's story. Now, Brit, I see what she's saying, but this whole thing was so male-centered. It was so icky to me. And I don't know if it's because Brit is male-centered, but like, stand up, girl, like stand up. So she meets with her sister Cher, and they haven't talked for about a month. At least that's what Brit says, because Cher was like, oh, they're about 6'2", 6'3" now, and Brit was like, girl, ain't no way, because I haven't seen them in over a month. They ain't grow that long. I mean, that's all. We learned from Brittany that Cher has always been her biggest defender. If stuff was happening at school, she'll come by and be like, who's messing with my sister? All of that. Brit also asked Cher, like, have you talked to mom? And Cher's like, girl, I blocked her. I don't know what in the Tamar Braxton is this, but she said she blocked her. She said she does not have time for all of this stuff. And when she gets frustrated or annoyed with somebody, she's just blocking. And Brent's like, look, you used to be my closest person. Oh, wait, no. Cher tells Brit, you used to be the closest person to me, my confidant. But now when we fight, you talk about you gotta go to your husband. This is where it's hard for me, because my partner is now my best friend. So I retreat to my best friend when things are going wrong, or I feel frustrated or something, or any of those things. I go to my best friend, which is my partner. So I can understand that happening. But also, I save space for my friends, my family. I save space for them. And it seems as if Brit she has not regulated what the space looks like between her husband and her friends and family. Cher feels like she's left behind. And she's like, y'all be putting y'all man first. And I just want to talk to you, sister to sister, woman to woman. Okay. And you always be bringing your husband around. So when I'm trying to be vulnerable and open and I need to talk to you, here's Mike sitting right there like, we understand. We understand. And that's not helpful for me. I'm feeling depressed. I'm feeling anxious. I'm feeling all these things. And here you go with your light-skinned husband. I don't like that. This is where Brit kind of, I don't know. She was like, I'm starting to realize that, it must be a problem for her Cher because she's not in the same space that we are. I'm married. I have a man. We all have a man. I don't like this whole thing that Brit's trying to talk about where Cher feels like she doesn't have everything that she's supposed to have because she don't got a man. Stand up. Like, stand up. Stand up. And I understand that y'all daddies used to be the center of y'all world. And I'm a serial dater. So, but like, stand up and then don't pity your sister like that. Well, she's not where she's supposed to be because she doesn't have a man and she doesn't have a husband and I have a husband. Or maybe she just wants to talk to her sister. Call me crazy. Maybe she just wants to talk to her sister and not your light-skinned husband, scamming husband. Okay? So I didn't like what Brit was saying about her. And then Mike, so it's giving codependency. It's giving codependency. And then Mike started texting her throughout the thing. And she was like, I know you don't want to hear this, but Mike is calling me now. Literally, your sister was like, I need us to do something without your husband. And you thought that this was the best time to say, well, actually, Mike's calling me. Mark's calling me right now. Or Mike's calling me right now. Girl, really? And I'm having a heart-to-heart with you. Don't talk about him. I just don't. She needs to separate those two and be able to have a friendship or relationship outside of. And I know it's hard because it seems as if she talks to his family and congregates and does things with his family more than she does with hers. Girl, you have to leave space. You're gonna have to leave space. And Mike calling you throughout the dinner is giving codependency. It's giving codependency. I don't like it. He act like he couldn't eat a piece of pie without you. Child, if I'm out of town or at the dinner, you couldn't pay my husband. You couldn't pay my husband to text me. Y'all need space. Anyway, after that, we get to Drew. This was a boring scene. Drew comes in the studio. She talks to Dennis. She said basically was like, look, Dennis, I can't even live comfortably within this group because your baby mama is doing all this stuff. I'm with Dennis on this one. When I wanted to talk to her, she was out in Dubai eating fufu. Okay? Now she worried about what I got going on because she in America and she ain't got no husband. When I was down and out doing my best to sell hot dogs, she was out in Dubai or Africa, wherever she was, Egypt, Africa, Asia. She wasn't worried about me. Leave her alone. And don't worry about her. But also, men like him do stuff like that. He know it's going to annoy you and be like, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Because he doesn't have to be in social situations like you do. Don't even worry about it, girl. Don't even worry about it. I don't even know what remember he said, I don't even know what's going on, what she even mad about. You know exactly what she's mad about, what's going on. But he seems like one of those guys who he caused turmoil and trauma and chaos. And then you be like, don't even worry about it. You tripping. Porsha tripping like she always be tripping. So Drew was like, basically, can you talk to her? He's like, I'll leave that to you. So we move on from there. We get to Angela's party. Everybody's trying to figure out who's going to be first because everybody getting ready at the same time. They get to the ghetto. Bankhead. I thought it looked nice in the vault. I want to go to the vault now. I thought it looked nice in the vault. They get there. The invitation said Black Excellence, Black or whatever. So everybody comes in all black. You know who doesn't come in with all black? Kenya Moore. I'm going to preface this because the girls are about to bull tomato. I'm going to preface what I'm saying by this. This is very similar. And follow me. To Shamea, Sheree, Sonia, Sanya, Marlo. In the sense that some of the old cast members pick and choose who gets a moment, who doesn't get a moment. And I'm using this word moment because it seems as if in Atlanta, they really talk about the moment. Who's getting a moment? Who doesn't get a moment? This is your moment. This is not your moment. Who gets a moment? That frustrated me about season 15 because it seemed as if the older Housewives were like, y'all don't get no moments. And we're creating a TV show. And one of my favorite franchises this season or this year was Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, where Brittany was just like, what about me, guys? Let's talk about me. Because they see on that show, just everybody just live in the moment. Respond in kind, do whatever, let's coexist. And in this Atlanta franchise, I'm starting to realize this what used to be a problem when Real Housewives of Potomac went, especially when Robin was with Giselle. Not saying anything, not giving you that, not gonna do anything. We don't want to give the moments. And I think that that's where Brit's frustration came from during this scene. Now, y'all know I'm Team Toro, always been Team Toro, but I also can't hold her accountable. And Kenya has been one of those individuals, I like you or I don't. And I'm going to hate you, I'm going to look you up and down, and then that's it. And that can get old and tiring as we're trying to move the show forward. We're trying to move the show forward. And that's where, I'm sorry, y'all not going to like me. So Kenya comes in, she's not wearing the color. She didn't get the memo. She never gets the memo because Kenya Moore can make moments, right? She is the moment. She can always make moments, right? Nobody else can, but she can. So she gets in there and they start to eat and drink, and then Kelli talks about her event and basically was like, I'm very happy that all of y'all have decided to give, but some people didn't give. And they said, well, who didn't give? Drew, okay, did not give. She showed receipts. Sorry. The receipts that she showed was of her having a conversation with a sales associate, but never a receipt. Girl, because you're a liar. Anyway, moving up from there, they talk about the hair spa. Kenya Moore says everybody's invited. She's really excited about it. Porsha wants her stuff for free. Then Shamea comes on. I don't know what's going on with Shamea and Porsha, but it is tacky. It is ghetto. So Shamea's like, I have a brand new song. I want you all to listen to it. Oh, sorry. We're winding back. Shamea comes to the event with the olive branch, basically a switch inside of an olive bottle, and tells Angela, I'm so sorry for how I treated you and making fun of your nose. I should have never have done. any of that with your physical features, and Angela accepts it. Whatever. Moving on from there. Shamea's like, look, I have a new song. Everybody listen to it. I can't wait for everybody to hear it. Okay. So she puts the phone up, and Porsha's like, well, when you gonna start singing? Shamea's like, this is me. That's Drew. No, that's me. Listen to the song. I don't know. Angela's like, you don't know your best friend's voice? That's not the shade. When she said, when I heard it and I thought it was Drew, it's because I thought the song was good. What that mean? Anyway, as they're going through all of this stuff, Shamea, she gets done with the song, and then Porsha said, are you on it? Girl, I sang the whole song. She even was singing with it. You ain't never had. Girl, singing with it. Girl, were you on that song? Anyway, we go from there. Let me read some of the comments. It says, Kenya actually grew on me. I wasn't a fan of her for years. I didn't watch the episode, but I did the 2 clips. From what I saw, Brittany was extremely extra. I believe Kelli. She ain't buy nothing. She girl didn't buy nothing, bro. Listen, I resonate with Porsha. When she was talking during the song, people were like, shut up. Porsha can't take Shamea shiny at all. It's giving jealousy. Porsha hating. It's giving jealousy. Okay. So then from there, we get the bank deposit slips. Okay. They start asking the questions. They said, Shamea, what did you do for that Rolls Royce that your husband gave you at your party? She did some explicit, things on the television show. Then the next one goes to Angela. Angela, what's a secret that you wouldn't want the group to know? And she was like, I'm an open book. And Porsha said, y'all ever had a threesome? She was like, no, I don't let other people into the bedroom. But I heard he's kind of spicy. What, mommy? I mean, he can be. Oh, no, I heard something about y'all. Next. I heard something about him. I definitely know his name. Okay. I definitely know his name. And I would not be able to let that go. Porsha, Angela's a better woman than I ever be. Okay. I would not have been able to let that. Oh no, I definitely know something about Charles. The next question. I know. I definitely know his name. Okay. And next question. I don't know. Angela a better woman than I ever be. I could not. I definitely wouldn't be able to take it. Porsha is messy, very messy. It says Porsha definitely hate, and we've been telling Shamea to cut her off, but she wants to stay her friend. Go off, girl. Porsha was being messy. Okay. And Angela said, girl, you don't even talk about your own marriage, but you want to talk about what's going on between me and mine. How about you calling on? Then one of the questions was, what color underwear does Kenya have on? I don't get it. And then it says, why are you worried about happily married women? She says it's a habit. This is where it gets kind of tricky for me. I do feel like Kenya been snubbing Brit. And this show is about melodrama. Shade here, jab there. Whatever. This is when it gets kind of tricky for me. Hear me out. The question was, can you talk to Brit kindly and not with an attitude? And she says, yes, I can. I think that I've done this to everyone. And Brit said, well, but this, first of all, I didn't write this question. And secondly, it was about me. Like, can you talk to me? And King was like, I feel like I have talked to everyone. And this is the little nuances, I'm sorry, that you got to pay attention to. Because y'all saw how when Kelli said, why you saw that lady husband, and Porsha took her out, it was like, girl, you came in a little too hard. Like, what's going on? Kenya could have easily been like, wait a second, do you feel like I've been coming at you with an attitude? You feel like I've been coming at you nasty? Like, where's this question coming from? Like, I do feel like I've been talking to everyone without an attitude, everyone without a problem. Do you feel since someone wrote this question, do you feel like I've been talking to you nasty or mean or rude without an attitude? That's what could have happened. And Brit could have said, well, sometimes I feel like there was shade here and there, something about my ring. Maybe I took it sensitively. Kenya could have squashed it. No, I didn't. I didn't know that. I didn't mean it that way. That's not Kenya's thing, though. Kenya is not going to validate you. I feel like I've talked to everyone in the room the same way. I don't think there's any issue. And Brit's like, okay, well, this is about me. And this is where I start to get flashbacks. Because it frustrates me when people are like, oh, you're trying to have a moment. Isn't this show just moments? And when people start self-directing this television show is when I get frustrated. Kenya's like, oh, here you go. You're trying to have a moment, have your moment. Yeah, but you have to engage. I did feel like you've been rude. Have your moment. You're trying to have your moment. This is not a moment. This is when, I'm sorry, I get where Brit is getting upset. Girl, I'm just trying to tell you that I've been feeling uncomfortable around you. And it's been hard. And then she says, a peasant can't come for the queen. First of all, I'm trying to talk to you. And now you're calling me a peasant? Bitch, bye. Like, girl, bye. Who you... First of all I'm trying to do was clear the air. Now you're saying I can't have a moment. This is a moment. I didn't even write this in question. And now I'm a peasant? You got me all the way fucked up. You got me all the way fucked up. And now, and now we got beef. And now we got beef. But the problem is, and I'm sorry, and I'm Team Twirl, Kenya, and she did this last season, and I didn't like it. She don't want to give anybody moments. You can come in with a lime green dress at an all-black event, and then when I ask you, can you talk to if somebody asks or someone, I don't know if she wrote it, because B says she definitely wrote the question. Someone asked, can you talk to Brit without an attitude or something like that? I think I've done that to everyone. You could just say, I didn't think that I was doing that to you. Did you do it to me? Instead, I treat everybody the same. Oh, you're having a moment. You're trying to get your moment. You're not going to get your moment from me. It gives very much that dismissive. You're not trying. I thought we were having conversations here. Now you can't get your moment. This is your moment. You're trying to have a moment. We're not going to have a moment. I am the moment, sweetie. A peasant can't come for the queen. Now I'm a peasant. You got me up. And let's wake it up. I'm sorry. I'm being devil's advocate. Brit looked like a fool. I'm sure to everybody she did look like a fool. I'm sure she did. Kenya collected immediately that Brit was being extra towards her because she didn't hug her. I could see that. So then it basically dinner ends very abruptly. I don't know if gunshots started. I don't know if gunshots started erupting in Bankhead. What was going on? But the dinner it ended abruptly. Okay, everybody got up. But Brit was still in her feelings. We did finish the conversation. This girl disrespected me. She called me a peasant, and y'all saying dinner's over? Get out of here, girl. Now I'm not, because now I'm already heated, and now I'm heated, and you're gonna respect me when I'm talking to you. I'm sorry. I get what's going on. And then here's Kenya. Come on, she got her box lunch. We're getting out of here. Y'all saw her. She tried to round up the girls. Come on, Porsha. Drew. Come with me, Drew. She was trying to round up the girls. it wasn't strange, or only to me that nobody's car was there, so everybody had to ride with drunk ass Porsha. Anyway, she's trying to have a moment, and Brit was upset. Now, Brit, it was given 20 on 10. I understand Brit's frustration. When she started talking about gats and glocks and blocks and whips and all of that stuff, I said, okay, sis, now let's put the arms, like what the right to bear arms, let's put that away. What is this about? Okay, I understand Brit's frustration, but when she started talking about what she got in her bag and what she don't got in her bag, and she's not saying, and where's my husband? Because he looked like he about to come in and do something. He looked like your husband don't look like he about to do anything. I was about to say something very offensive. Your husband don't look like he's about to do anything. Okay? Short, buzz, shouty. He definitely didn't look like he was about to come in and do anything to anyone. Where's my husband? Take this off of me. But I was with Brit when she went outside. You're going to learn to show some respect. Okay? And if you didn't know, you're going to learn today. I like stuff like that. But Brit, this show is melodrama. Okay? And I think that this is where y'all both effed up. I don't know how you stayed in Kenya went away, but y'all can't be talking about gats and blocks and glocks and stuff like that. And then y'all also can't be pulling up people's OnlyFans stuff at a public event. Like this. Y'all both went way too far. Y'all both went way too far on the apology. He said, busy, we know. I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it. But y'all both went too far. You talk about I still got the glizzy in my ground. What? And then we hear somebody pulling up OnlyFans videos of her. He said the Snapchat beat up, and she did. Girl, okay. Both of y'all went too far. I don't understand how you threatening bodily harm went too much, but it seems like in the next photo you kind of cleaned that up a little bit. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't understand why Brittany is mad, why Brit is mad. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna sit here and act like Brit is not entitled to her feelings, because it did seem like Kenya was like, girl, I ain't might worry about you. Kenya like people she can son. She likes people she can son. And Brit can't be sunned. Now, I think she was asking for validation from Kenya, and she wasn't going to get that. So I think that it increased the edge for her. So it seemed like Brit was already going to be frustrated if Kenya did not give her validation. So that escalated it. And then knowing more and more that Kenya wasn't doing it, it's like Marlo. Because I do feel like Marlo wanted validation from Kenya. Kenya actively was not going to give it to her. I don't see her. I don't know her. Which does not help on a TV show with an ensemble cast, especially with someone as a focal point like Kenya. Like it's almost like you're shutting me out, and no one likes to be dismissed like that. And I feel like that's what Kenya does. We've watched her do it before, and she did it again this time. And I can understand Brit being upset that Kenya does that little petty, I'm going to get you. It says, to me, Brit seems a little thirsty. A little. Very much so. Very much so thirsty. Very much so parched. You know what I'm saying? But also, I'm not a part of this cast, this ensemble cast. I don't know Porsha that well. I haven't had any scenes with her. I really think that me and Kenya could be girls. But here you are being disrespectful and mean to me. Brit has been frustrated since the first episode. Because the thing is, and I feel like we're not seeing it, y'all not going to act like Kenya don't do that whole little tit for tat. I'm going to hate. we cannot act like she don't do that. Now, whether or not we see the brevity of it and we think that Brit is just doing too much, which in some parts, you know, when you talk about bringing out weapons, that's a little too much. But we're not going to sit here and act like Kenya is just so nice, warm, welcoming. She can do that thing. And I feel like Brit, somebody who looks like she could do that thing too, realized it. And girl, you're not going to keep being disrespectful to me. And then I saw the condescendingness at the table. I feel like I'm nice to everyone. Yeah, but this thing is about me. This question is about me. So all Kenya had to do was say, do you feel that way? Did you feel that way? I didn't know. But no, she doesn't want, y'all got to read in between the lines. Y'all got to read in between the lines. And Kenya play like that? Kenya play like that? I think I've been nice to every single person here. Yeah, but this question is about me. Oh, and now it's too much because I'm like, hey, this question is about me. Here you go. You want a moment. Here's the moment. You want a moment. Girl, you want a moment. That's why you came in looking like a highlighter. While all of us are dressed in black. But we can't say nothing about that. And you crying about using your daughter's money on a hair spa that's open 2 days a week. I don't know. And I know that tonight's panel, they about to be on me because I see Brit time. Now, did she take it too far with the weapons and all of that stuff? 100%. 100%. 100%. But I'm not going to act like I don't see her side, which I feel like a lot of people are about to start acting like. I feel bad for Kenya that she lost her spot. She's not on the show anymore. But also, she has done this stuff over and over and over and over again. Now we're trying to create a new show, a new franchise, a fresh look, and you still trying to bring that old stuff. How does Footface Heather from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City know how to bring in newbies better than you? Can you? It's frustrating. Somebody said, I thought you were Team Toro. Always Team Toro. But she's not above reproach. See, this is where I think the internet get people effed up. I love my fave. My fave is also not above reproach. And as much as I love Kenya, I can also see the bad side of Kenya. And I can acknowledge Kenya be doing that stuff. Kenya do be doing that stuff. Some people blindly follow their faves off a cliff. I'm not going to do that. I'm Team Toro all day, every day. But I also can see how Kenya be doing that stuff. Kenya comes to work and then she goes home. Kenya does that stuff. And she do little subtle things like, hey, what was your name again? We've met 5 times. Oh. Kenya do that stuff. I can hold my fave accountable. A lot of people can't hold their faves accountable. Kenya do that. Kenya be doing that stuff. And Brit caught it because I feel like Brit is a mean girl too. And Brit was like, oh no, this is something I do to other people. Brit was like, no, this is the game I play with other girls. Brit caught it. And she held on to it tightly. I think she wanted Kenya's validation. And Kenya knows that she wanted her validation. We all can see from these first 3 episodes. You ask her, so Brit, how you like the cheesecake? The cheesecake fine, but Kenya talked about my ring. We already know. And Kenya deliberately said, oh, and I hate when she does this. This is your moment. You're trying to have a moment. This is not a moment. You are not a producer. Live in the scene and Respond to her question. If Real Housewives of Salt Lake City everybody could put their phone in and say the most horrible thing that they said about each other by a text message, you can answer the question of how rude you've been to Brittany. It ain't that difficult. And you don't dictate what's a moment and not a moment. We do that. I'm sorry. Now I got heated. Let me get back to work, y'all. Y'all, tell me how you felt about this episode. They about to tear me up tonight. But that's how I feel. Brittany, you went way too extra when it came to the guns and all of that stuff. The pew-pews, that was too aggressive, and you needed to calm down a little bit. But I understand the escalation of your frustration and the slow buildup of it. And I think that throughout these first 3 episodes, the producers did a really good job of showcasing how frustrated you were, or how it's been building up inside of you. That being said, Kenya, you know what you're doing too. So you're not above reproach. You know what you're doing too. And I see it. I see why Brittany got frustrated. I think you took it too far, but then I also think because I feel like y'all so similar, y'all both took it to hell. Now, how they picked I don't know what duck goose they played to get the part to decide who's gonna stay and who's gonna go. I don't know what duck goose game they played, but it got the best of you, Kenya. And I think they're never mind. Y'all, tell me how you felt about this episode. I gotta get back to work. I'm gonna rate it again an 8. I thought it was a really good episode. I love the melodrama. I love the buildup of the drama. I can see the buildup of Brittany. This Porsha and Drew thing, I let it go. But this Shamea and Porsha thing, I'm definitely gonna keep watching it. And I want to know what this Porsha Angela thing is, because now there's a different thing. And then I love the Kelli of it all. Kelli is giving me the Cynthia of the group. You know, she's just living her life. I love Kelli. Kelli's just living her life. She's bouncing from friend to friend. She's drinking with Porsha. She's having snacks and stuff with Brit. She's going out to the hair spa with Kenya. Kelli's just living it up. And I love that for Kelli. I love that for Kelli. She's becoming a fan fave. She's the least problematic, okay, and a fan fave to me. She's just living it up. She's at the hair spa. She's drinking. She's at ball, man. I just love it for her. That being said, if you all want to know more about me and everything else I've gone on, you can find me on Instagram and on Twitter, BusyBlu, no space, no E. You can also find me on Twitch, BusyBlu, where this should definitely be streaming right now. I have fun doing this with you all. I'm about to go get busy, and you all stay busy. Till next time.